Hello, Singaporeans. GE 2025 is coming soon. And of course, we will not know the date for the next GE 2025 except the PAP. I think in the GE 2025, we will see if Singaporeans have the strong urge to make change, to stop PAP's two-third majority in Parliament. Unlike the past, as more and more Singaporeans get educated today, most of us should have an independent mind to do critical thinking. Do you think Singapore will be in chaos if the PAP is not in power? What do you think? Here is my view. If the PAP is not the government after GE 2025, there is a very high chance that Singapore will have a multi-party government. And it will be very good because we no longer have an own-self check, own-self government. Then, the oppositions will gain experience in governing Singapore and show that different political parties can work together in harmony to make Singapore a much better place for all Singaporeans. Whether you are a PAP supporter or supporter of other parties, this new multi-party government will use actions to show they truly care for all Singaporeans. And with this new government, you can be supporter of PAP or any political parties. All of you will have equal opportunities. This new government treat all Singaporeans equally and show that we don't let politics divide our society. Yes, I really believe strongly that a multi-party government will be the best for Singapore, for Singaporeans. All along, people think the PAP only selects the best and the most successful candidates, usually based on academic degrees from elite universities, the most prestigious scholarships, and outstanding track record in the military, government, or industry. In other words, PAP candidates are the best of the best. Do you think so? But are these PAP candidates the best people to serve Singaporeans? This time we really must ask ourselves deeply. It is widely known that Singapore PM ministers are among the highest paid in the world. As the ruling elites are rewarded more financially, the growing income inequality in the country could evoke a sense of resentment, social disengagement, and envy among those excluded from the system. The elite selection process may also lead to inbreeding of ideas as the ruling class renew itself with people of the same mindset. As we all can see, the PAP 4G team is now mostly filled with technocrats, experts, former military officers, and professionals. There are people who say the PAP has few MPs with grassroots experiences. These members of parliament may lack empathy for the problems of the ordinary people and become disconnected, doesn't know what is actually happening on the ground. What do you think? Right now, we must know in the PAP, not all the members are perfect and is proven. In early year, PAP MP Tay Chong Wang committed suicide before he was to stand for trial for accepting bribes. Michael Palmer, former Speaker of the Parliament of Singapore, had an extramarital affair with Laura Ong Hui Hun, Constituency Director of the PA office in Pasir Ris Punggol GRC. David Ong, former PAP MP for Bukit Batok, had an extramarital affair with a woman who is a grassroots activist in his ward. Chu Wee Kiang, former PAP MP for Jalan Besar, sentenced to 2 weeks jail and fined $10,000 for cheating. Tan Chuan Jin, former Speaker of the Parliament of Singapore, had an affair with MP Chen Li-hui, former PAP MP for Tampines GRC. S. Iswaran, former Minister for Transport of Singapore, sentenced to 12 months jail for obtaining valuables worth about $400,000 and obstructing justice. And also, other than political office holders, almost all PAP MPs have high-paid jobs in private sectors, and PAP ministers usually have high-paid jobs after leaving government. What do you think? That is why some say, even if we vote them out, vote all these PAP minister, PAP MPs out, all these PAP people will still be living a very good life. Do you agree? Will high salaries really attract the right people? And to prevent corruption, do you think this method still works today? I do not oppose high salaries for ministers, senior civil servants, but we need to distinguish between acceptability, high salaries, and extravagant salaries. Look at the size and population of Singapore. Let's not play with words, really. Look at the size and population of Singapore. Other country leaders have much more complicated matters and difficult tasks to work on. I will say anything beyond $500,000 a year is not fitting for our public servant whose salaries are drawn from taxpayers' hard-earned money. Singaporeans, go and think about it. PAP has ruled Singapore since our independence. So, obviously, PAP is the only political party that rules Singapore since independence. And don't tell me for this reason, we want PAP to rule Singapore forever. Don't you think it's very funny? What do you think? And so, it is not proper to use this reason to say all opposition parties don't have the track record to run Singapore. In the GE 2025, Singaporeans need to think seriously about it. We need to be brave to give ourselves, our children, our grandchildren a better future. Do vote wisely in GE 2025. Do you still want this PAP government to run our country, and you will not know how life will get so much, how to say, maybe more worse than now? I would love to hear your thoughts on all I had said. I am Ben Pua from Red Dot United. Thank you.